Hi everyone, in the last video we saw how we can find out all the subarrays. Now we want to print the sum of each subarray and we want to also find out the largest sum. Maybe we can skip the printing, we can just find out the largest sum of a subarray. Okay, so if all elements are positive, the largest sum would be the sum of all elements of the array. But if you look at this array, it also contains certain elements which are negative. In this case, we will have a subarray which may have a largest sum. For example, if I talk about this subarray, this has a sum of 12. If I talk about this subarray, this has a sum of 11, and maybe let me make it as 1 and maybe put -1 here. Okay, so if I talk about this subarray, so I guess this is the subarray which has the largest sum. So this sum is 5 and 4, that is 9, and 3 12 minus 1, that is 11. Okay, so I guess the answer should be 11. So let us discuss the brute force approach. Okay, so it is going to be very similar to what we have done in finding subarrays. Instead of printing the subarray, for every subarray we can say we will have some current sum. Okay, let's say subarray sum, that is 0. So inside this I and j loop, what we are doing, we are iterating over one subarray. So let me give you a quick recap. So what we are doing, we have selected I and j, and now we are saying, okay, we know this is the starting point and this is the ending point of the subarray. We will iterate over this subarray using a variable k, and we will find out the sum of this particular subarray. Okay, and once we have found out a sum, we can keep a variable what is the largest sum till now, and if this subarray has a sum which is greater than largest till now, we can update this particular variable. Okay, so there are two variables. One is our current subarray sum, and one is the largest sum. So this we are going to update only if we get the current sum which is greater than the current largest sum. Okay, so this we will have a largest, let's say largest sum, that is initially, let's say 0, and this is the current subarray sum. And how do we update this sum? Instead of printing the element, we will add this to subarray sum plus equals to array of k, and after this loop, at this particular point, what we will know what is the sum of the current subarray. So here we can put a check if current subarray has a sum which is greater than the largest sum. So in this case, we can say largest sum is going to be max of whatever is the largest sum we have till now, or subarray sum. So if subarray sum is largest, then we will update it here. Okay, and after this, after these three loops are over, from this point we can say return the largest sum. Okay, that's it. That's all for this code. And instead of now calling this function print subarrays, maybe I can just see out largest subarray sum 1, and here I'm going to change this to largest subarray sum 1, and we are going to run this code. Okay, so we have okay, this should return an integer. That's great. And now we have fixed the code. Okay, so I can run this code by doing /subarray sum 1, and you can see we are getting a sum of 11, which is fine, and this is the expected output for this particular example. And this is the subarray which includes both positive and the negative elements. Okay, so this approach that we just discussed, it's a brute force approach. That means we are trying out all possible subarrays and we are taking order of n cube time to solve this particular problem. Okay, and in the next two lectures we will discuss optimizations to this approach using prefix sum and another approach. Okay,